So without further ado, we'll kind of kick it off. And just so I know, many times this is many people's first time to a virtual equine coffee hour. This was an idea that was designed last summer, early summer. And it was an idea to bring equine leaders and also people in the kind of the industry of youth or equine all together once a month to discuss anything. And this month we wanted to discuss youth and the possibilities kind of surrounded by the equine industry. So like I said, it's just an hour. We stick to that hour very strict because we know people are very busy, and just to kind of share the common love that we have and the common topics we have. So like I said, tonight we are very excited to, have about a dozen groups represented here that either kind of filter into the more youth organization side or the equine organizations or kind of the both side. We also will have some drawings tonight. So like I said, if you're obviously on and entered, we'll draw some goodies throughout the evening to thank you for attending. We are going to be utilizing the chat feature tonight. So like I said, I know some people have been hopping on. If you have an agenda, if you have a website, something of your organization that you'd like to direct people for, we will be downloading that chat at the end of the night and emailing it out as a reference tool. So if there's a schedule you want us to share or a membership form, just share the website or just say, go to our Facebook page and I'll kind of classy it up at the end of the night and everything. But like I said, definitely use that in the chat feature because we would love to direct people in the direction of your organization.
We'd love to direct people in the direction of your organization.
I know. I was going to say, Katie, I was going to say we're going to direct the heck out of them.
That's fantastic. I love it.
You're so welcome. Without further ado, we're going to kick it off with our first organization. I'm just going to go right down our list, kind of. I'm going to start off with MIHA. Mark, if you want to kick it off and kind of tell us about your organization and how you are involved with youth and obviously the equine industry.
I get to go first. Oh, great. Okay. I just wanted to thank Michigan Horse Council for doing this. And I think it's kind of cool. We'll push it a little harder on our social media and our web page to reach out to more people. MIJ, it pretty much is what we call equestrian team. If you hear somebody say E-team or equestrian team, they're probably talking about MIJ. We are a unique organization that has members from 5th grade until senior in high school, 12th grade. We have 2 divisions, junior and a senior division. We have the junior division usually shows in the spring, so the 8th graders can actually show the senior division when they go to 9th grade in the fall. We cater to pretty much almost all disciplines that are out there, which is a lot unlike some of the other organizations that are out there. And you use your own horse to boot, which is even better, or you can sometimes lease a horse to show in our organization also. We have over 2,000 members in MIHA. I like to say that we're the 2nd largest youth horse organization in the state. Somebody might correct me, and that's okay. We have 20 different districts in the entire state. We service the entire state. And again, we emphasize it's a team atmosphere. There's not much I in MIHA except for the interscholastic part. It's more of a team. And I can say that some of the best memories that our members have had, they don't forget when you're on the E-team. I hear kids all the time come up with me that are 27, 30 years old going, that was some of the best times I've ever had in high school. So it's pretty neat. Like I said, our class list is fitting and showing, which is a little different than some of the other horse organizations out there that are more of a team aspect. Saddle seat, hunt seat, Western Gymkhana, gaming, it's all in there. It was a rough year for us this year. COVID, I'm sure, for everybody. We had a virtual show this year for our juniors because COVID was just way too fresh and most of the state was shut down. So our exec board put on a junior division virtual meeting show, which was pretty exciting. I think we had over 150 kids participate, which was wild and crazy because we'd never done that before. We formed a COVID task force this last year to combat all of COVID and all the restrictions that came with it to make sure it was safe for all our members. And they came up with a lot of great guidelines that helped us be able to have a senior season. We had a senior season. We had 60 horse shows going on in the state of Michigan in September. We had 5 regional shows at the end of September, at the beginning of October, and 1 large state finals that the entire state comes to in October. It's a 5-day show, and it's a monster to manage. But we crown all our champions of the state in each division, and the divisions again range on how big your team is. And probably the biggest thing that I love to talk about with MIT, I know I'm reaching my 5-minute thing, I'm pretty sure, Sasha, is we give scholarships. We give out $11,500 in scholarships, and that is the Michigan Horse Council helps that, and so does Lighthouse of Michigan. They also donate to that scholarship fund. MIHA themselves gave out 4 scholarships of $2,500 to our seniors. We have 57 applications this year, which is a little lower. Last year we had in the 80s. So we're planning on making that even bigger for our members, or have more of them, so we can give more of them out. That's my biggest goal as chair of MIHA, and we're forging ahead. It was a scary year, I'm sure, for everybody who said the same thing. Like, I just want to show her my horse. And we had people coming out thanking you, just to have something normal again. And we tried to be as normal as possible, but kids got to do what they love, and we were glad to help facilitate that. So, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. And I think we can all share that same sentiment of, what a rough year this was and everyone's innovation. And I can say on behalf of the Horse Council, we thank everyone, because obviously the council is to promote the equine industry in Michigan, and without everyone's perseverance, there would have been none this year. So I think everyone, you guys all made everyone, the horse industry in Michigan, very proud this year. So thank you, Mark. We'll move right on. Like I said, we do have a quick drawing, and like I said, these individuals are going to receive a Michigan Horse Council goodie bag. So Tammy, if you wanted to give us the name of the first person.
Brittany Mathis is our first winner tonight.
Awesome. Congratulations, Brittany, and Tammy will be in touch with you to get your mailing address for that. And we'll
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for being with us tonight, Brittany. We'll move right on. Next, we have LMHA, and we have Angel here to further discuss that. So Angel, take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. And thank you again, Council, for inviting us to the meeting tonight. Like Sasha said, I'm from Lower Michigan Horse Association. We are actually, our shows are in Mason or Ingham County. Wonderful family fun environment that our shows are. Tammy asked me earlier how long I've been with LMHA, and I said about 12 years. And something I guess appealing to me is that it's a nice, open, friendly environment, and you have ranges all the way from Pee-wee to 40 plus. And it also, for me too, it was convenient because it is right in Ingham County at the fairgrounds. 4 of the 5 shows are in the indoor arena. We start our season in April, and then we go all the way through the end of August. Our memberships and classes are definitely reasonably priced. They're great for beginners or anybody all the way up to more experienced riders. We have, we do have our Facebook page. I did put that in the chat. It's Lower Michigan Horse Association. If you do go to our Facebook page, our show bill and the prices and the fees are all in there. And then in addition to the membership form, if anybody's interested in also joining. Average class sizes for LMHA usually are around 10, but in our age groups that they're a little bit larger is the 14 to 18 and the 19 to 39. And we're very good about splitting those classes if they become 20 or more. So we will split those for everybody. We have a great year-end awards banquet that's also held at the fairgrounds as well. And we have a pretty nice turnout for that, for the awards. There's awards for everybody. Or for the ones that have won them, obviously. And then we also do door prizes, which is actually a pretty good time. towards the end of the season at LM, the last show in August, we do like to have a little pizza party, which is nice for the members to come in and just have a good time and have some pizza and pop on us. And then it's just a nice give back. We've also, through the years, we've given prizes in between classes, just like this, just drawings and door prizes that we've given as well, which is kind of fun. Like I said, it's just a unique, fun organization. It's a full show bill each day. So we show Saturday and Sunday. Beautiful fairgrounds. I don't know who's all been to the Mason Fairgrounds, but it is a nice fairgrounds, a nice facility, and no complaints there. There's a few outdoor arenas as well that you can practice in and warm up in. Nice indoor wash rack. And it's centrally located in Michigan, so it's not, it's not too far for most people. And we do have quite a few of our members that do travel or they're local. So definitely a nice association. And like I said, family friendly and fun and pretty laid back, but still competitive.
Thanks so much, Angel, for being with us tonight and representing your association and everything you do for us, the equine industry and the youth industry here in Michigan. So we appreciate that. So thank you. And like I said, in the chat information, their Facebook page is available. So definitely go like that. Their information is on that page. Tammy, you want to give us another giveaway?
Our second drawing winner is Shelby Agnew. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, Shelby. Tammy will be in touch with you to get you that prize. We're going to switch it up and kind of go toward a group that does a little more and an overview of the whole ag industry, but a huge, one of the largest youth organizations in the world, I would argue. And I will give it over to Mr. Dave Wyrick, Executive Secretary for the Michigan FFA Association. Take it away, Dave.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all. I'll just kind of give you a little bit of an overview of what we have had going on and what we're all about and what our activities are. But as I am sure you know, after March 15th last year, we lost some activities. And by necessity, we started doing some activities in a way that we had never done them. And in fact, actually got more members involved in some of those activities than what we did when they were face to face. So it wasn't a total loss. We did lose our horse judging contest. 4-H is gracious enough to invite us to partner with them in the horse judging contest. And as I'm sure you know, everything at the pavilion, they pulled the plug on last year. So we didn't have that, but we still have kids involved in the equine proficiency contest. FFA in Michigan is about 115 chapters, about around 130 teachers, and somewhere around 8,500 members. Nationwide, there's over 700,000 members in FFA, and that's students that are in ag education in grades 7 through 12. We have 47 different proficiency award areas, and equine placement and equine entrepreneurship are two of those areas, and we have 22 skills contests, and horse judging is one of those. And as I said, 4-H is gracious enough to let us participate in that contest, and that's our qualifying event for the state contest. Ag education is a career and tech education program approved by the state of Michigan, and in order to be an FFA member, you have to be enrolled in an agri-science or ag, food, and natural resources education class. Career and Tech Ed is the 3 R's: rigor, relationships, and relevance. We get the rigor in the classroom, relationships in the FFA through the leadership development that we do there, and then the relevance comes through the supervised ag experience, which is directed laboratory experiences. We're looking forward to, hoping that we have a horse judging contest this year to participate in at some point in time. We don't really know what's happening there. And this year, our state convention for the first time ever is going to be an online virtual state convention. Normally, we are about the first state convention in the country, first week of March during MSU's spring break. And when MSU said no spring break this year, that kind of changed how we would run conventions. So that's Mark Forbush is the state advisor. I'm the state executive secretary. Mark always says you got to shoot the bear that's closest to you. And right now that state convention is the bear that's closest to us. And once we get through leadership contests and state convention, then we're going to figure out how we can maybe run some skills contests. Might be later on in the summer. Normally they're in April, but we're going to do our best. So again, thank you for having me here. And if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. If not, that concludes my report for tonight.
Awesome, Dave. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure seeing you. And like I said, always a pleasure working with FFA, and organization that's very near and dear to my heart, especially as I move into the alumni status.
Thank you, Sasha.
Thanks for being with us tonight. Absolutely. Tammy, if you want to go through the next drawing, we'll move right along there.
Our next winner is Kala Thomas, who is with us tonight. She is our newly crowned NRHA, National Reining Horse Association World and Reserve Champion. Good job, Kala.
Awesome. Congratulations, Kala, not only on the drawing, but also on all the accomplishments that Tammy just mentioned. Definitely a deep competition there. So congratulations on that. Thanks for being with us tonight. Absolutely. Next, we'll move back to kind of our horse associations, and we'll move into CMHA. Katie, if you want to take it away.
Can you hear me?
You can.
Okay. All right, thanks. I had a little tough technical difficulty at the beginning, so I had to switch to a different device here. So thank you to Tammy and Sasha and the Michigan Horse Council for inviting me to this meeting tonight. Again, my name is Katie Hartsoff, and I'm the secretary of the Central Michigan Horsemen's Association. And I've been a member of CMHA for about 30 years. 2020 would have been CMHA's 50th anniversary. But because of COVID, we were unable to host any horse shows. So as an organization, we are definitely looking forward to having horse shows in 2021. All of our horse shows are held at the Shiawassee County Fairgrounds in Corunna, Michigan. And we usually host 5-point approved shows. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to be a member to show at CMHA, but if you do choose to be a member and pay a membership fee, as a youth or an adult, you can earn points for year-end awards. And we have quite a extensive awards program in the fall or early winter. CMHA has grown a lot in the last 10 to 12 years. Our last 2 or 3 seasons, we have been having, well over 300 stalls. And in 2019, we pushed over 350 at a couple of our shows. We offer everything from peewee and lead line classes to walk trot for several divisions and age groups, all the way up to, walk trot canter classes for, 40 plus adults. We offer some specialty classes like the lunge line for your 2 and under horses. We offer trail, Western riding, reining. We also started a few years ago offering a ranch riding class. We also try to do some special events or like extra classes and things at some of our shows, like versatility, hands-free showmanship obstacle class. We also, we used to offer dressage within our main organization, but it just got to be really tough to have such big pleasure shows and to also offer dressage. So we had a few directors that they no longer participate on our main board, but they actually organize a full dressage show for CMHA, and those dressage shows, co-run 3 or 4 weekends with our regular pleasure show. So yeah, CMHA is definitely looking forward to 2021, as we had no shows in 2020, and we look forward to having a big celebration and celebrating our 50th anniversary this year.
Awesome, Katie, thank you so much. It's very exciting celebrating your 50th anniversary. It's crazy to think the longevity of some of these associations and how long they've been around. And thank you for your 30-year commitment to that association as well. And, like I said, I think 2021 was a really tough year, obviously for you guys especially too. But I think it's definitely worth having a celebration for you guys in 2021. Absolutely. Without further ado, Tammy, if you want to give another drawing giveaway.
Our next winner is Shauna Lorch. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Shauna, and thank you for being with us tonight. Next, like I said, an association I will review personally is the Michigan Quarter Horse Association. I have the privilege of serving as youth advisor for that association. I've been youth advisor for three or 4 years, kind of blurs together there. But like I said, again, I'll be very brief to the point. It's nothing new what we do. It's very much of what CMHA, LMHA does. We just are the quarter horse affiliate for the state of Michigan. So we are a affiliate of the American Quarter Horse Association. And like I said, just have privilege to have shows all over the state of Michigan. From a youth perspective, it's awesome to see kids not only excel in the show pen, but also outside of the show pen. We have some really fun programs that allow students to be recognized outside of the show pen, like an academic achievement program. They can take a leadership role on the youth board, which virtually they are running a whole youth association. That's how ours are structured. So like I said, that's where I really enjoy it and thrive. Is like I said, I grew up riding horses and learned how to show and everything, but my love really was, youth development and youth, watching them excel, all around the common topic of equine. So it's really fun in that regard. So like I said, I'll keep mine short. Like I said, nothing new, but a great association, represented, like I said, has a top 10 American Quarter Horse show that's held up at Harbor Classic every year up in Ludington, Michigan, which, like I said, is a gorgeous show. And I think it's just a top 10 show because people want a vacation in Ludington, which I don't blame them. And we don't ask questions. So we'll take it. But like I said, we get to travel to some of the most beautiful parts of the state. And like I said, meet the most amazing people all over the state of Michigan as well. So like I said, just another association to be aware of. And like I said, if you have any interest, like I said, own a quarter horse and want to become in a leadership role there, we definitely offer it there too. So I'll keep mine short to the point. Next, we'll move into an actual youth member that can chat with us tonight. We've got Jess Hebert. She's representing the Michigan Little Britches Rodeo Association, which I'm shocked, Jess, I said that right this time, because I knew I was going to fit one of the syllables in there or whatever. So first, I'll thank you for being with us tonight. I'll let you take it away.
Thank you for having me tonight. A little bit about our organization. It is called the NLBRA of Michigan. It is a branch of the National Little Britches Association. Sorry, I just screwed that one up. We have 4 age categories. Our first age category is trail hands. That is just a state category. So the Nationals doesn't actually have that as a category. It's for 7 and under in our state. We use it to kind of get the kids ready for Nationals. Our next one is Little Wranglers, and that's for 5 to 8 years old. That is a national category, so they will compete all year to go to nationals. Then we have our junior high and senior high. They compete in the same events, except for the only thing that's different for those 2 categories is their age difference. And they have like bull riding and saddle bronc for the older kids and the boys. Everything else is essentially the same. They compete all year and they have to place top 7 5 times to compete for nationals. And yeah, so then they got to the finals. Our season begins like the first Monday after the finals and it ends this last Sunday of the finals. So as long as you're 18 at the beginning of that, even if you're turning 19 the next day, you're still eligible to compete that season. There's not a lot to say. It's a wonderful family environment. We really love getting all age divisions involved. And yeah, that's kind of all I've got for y'all.
Awesome, Jess. Thanks so much for being with us tonight and representing your association to the finest possibility that you do. And like I said, we wish everyone luck this coming season. And like I said, thank you for your service and representing
Thanks
them.
for having us.
Absolutely. Next, we will move into, like I said, kind of another equine sport, but a different vision of it. If we we'll welcome Trevor Walton, and I'll first have Trevor, you kind of talk about your involvement in the Michigan Reining Horse Association.
Sure. Been in the, oh goodness, I've been involved in the Michigan Reining actually since I was a youth. We really committed to it in '99. Which that makes me sound old when I'm saying we only committed in '99, right? But I've had the privilege, my son, who's 23 now, Came up through the youth ranks back before there was the short stirrup program, which anybody who's familiar with NRHA, the short stirrups, they're 10 and under thing. He was 10 and under back before there was a 10 and under. So that's been a really good deal for us. And we were talking about Kala earlier. I remember back when Kala was just a 10 and under girl before she was a world champion 13 and under. And the NRHA thing too, I was just talking about this with somebody today, and that I remember when the NRHA shows used to happen at night after the quarter horse shows got over. They were that small. And now we're pushing. We have last year we managed to get in 3 out of 4 shows, and we're pushing to get a 2-day show in 3 days. To really be comfortable, the NRHA shows, we have to do 4 days to get in a 2-day show, which is just awesome. And the youth stuff is so much. And I'm old. We're talking about CMHA being 50 some years. Last year was my 50th year of showing. And back when I was a kid, I remember back in 1980, if you could do flying lead changes, you were going to win the reining. And it is so much tougher than it used to be. The horses are better. The riders are better. It's just incredible how much better they are now. It's mind-blowing stuff. And the youth classes also at the NRHA shows are so much larger than they used to be. And that's just, it's a wonderful thing.
Awesome. Well, Trevor, thank you so much. And like I said, I know your commitment to the industry has been, like I said, unparalleled, and everyone on this call probably knows and recognizes you, just a pillar of the industry, which we really appreciate that. And you mentioned it. It's really fun to see, NRHA and Michigan Reining Horse Association kind of break that divide from quarter horse. I think for many years it was hand in hand, which nothing wrong with it, but I think it's fun to see it grow and become its big own self.
They got so big they had to.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it just really speaks volumes to, how it's grown. So thank you to your support for both those associations. Cause like I said, they still go hand in hand very much, but the one is just outgrown the other a little. Awesome. Well, thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it. Tammy, if you want to do another drawing.
The winner of our next Michigan Horse Council package is Allison Fortin. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, Allison. Thank you for being with us tonight. We'll move, like I said, right into the next one. Next, we'll introduce Taylor. Taylor is here with the Michigan High School Rodeo Association. Like I said, I know she's got some probably exciting news for us and just updates and everything. So I'll turn it over without further ado, Taylor.
Well, thank you guys very much for having me. I'm the newly elected student president this year for the Michigan High School Rodeo Association. And the Michigan High School Rodeo Association is a branch under the National High School Rodeo Association, which includes 43 U.S. states, 5 Canadian provinces, and then the countries of Mexico, obviously Canada as the provinces, and Australia, and we just added New Zealand. So it is a pretty big thing. This past year, along with every other association in our state, obviously had a few struggles, and we had to either cancel some of our rodeos, one of them being at the Horse Expo in Lansing this March, which is one of my personal favorites. So I was a little upset about that. But we were fortunate enough to be able to have our National High School Finals Rodeo in Guthrie, Oklahoma this past year, which is, it's a super proud thing for me to say. It is the world's largest rodeo. This year we had almost 1,700 contestants, which is a lot. We run out at Nationals. There are 2 performances every single day, morning and night, and then the last round is the short round where the top end. At the state level, there are a ton of super cool things to do. There are 13 different events ranging from goat tying, barrel racing, rough stock events, roping events, literally any rodeo event you can think of, we offer. There's a junior high division and a senior high division. The junior high is 6th grade through 8th grade, and senior high is 9th through 12th. We also, one of my favorite parts about the High School Rodeo Association is that we offer a ton of different scholarships and different scholarship opportunities. So one of those being, we hold senior interviews. So every February we have a really cool thing called Cowboy Prom, because a ton of kids that rodeo have to miss their own school's homecoming dances and proms and whatnot to make their rodeo. And so we hold a Cowboy Prom every year for all of the members to go and get all dressed up for the one time a year and dance and have fun with all their friends. And at this event, the next day we hold our annual midwinter meeting, and we also hold senior interviews. So seniors fill out a portfolio as you kind of would when you grow up in the real world. And there are 6 different judges that ask you a ton of different questions, just kind of based on, there's some horse stuff, just some things about you. And then they give scholarship money away for those. You also get scholarships based on the points you earn. So throughout the entire time that you're enrolled in the association, every time you place, you get in the top 10, you get points, and those are converted into like scholarship money when you graduate, which is super, super cool. Also, if anyone is curious, there is the National High School Rodeo Association Times Magazine, and this month's edition, I got the privilege of writing an article about Michigan for. So if anyone would like to check that out, it's super cool. The association was started in 1989 by some parents up here who were sick of driving their kids to nearby states and wanted to start their own. But I will put our Facebook page and our website in the chat for anyone else that is interested in it.
Awesome, Taylor. Thank you so much. Some very exciting news. Congratulations on being able to write that article for a national magazine. That's a huge pleasure. And like I said, thank you for bringing Michigan to the forefront at the national level. I think that doesn't happen enough. And as we can see, Michigan's really a powerhouse in many industries, like I said, regardless of the equine outlet. So thank you for making that happen and being a voice for us at the national level. So that's very exciting. Like I said, remember, you guys do take a peek at the chat. Like I said, throughout the evening, people are going to post their websites, various applications if needed. We will save all those resources again and post them on our website and Facebook pages later on, just so everyone is aware of if you didn't get a chance to peek at that chat. Tammy, if you want to take away another prize, and then we'll introduce our next speaker.
Our next winner of a Michigan Horse Council package is Caitlin Havelka. She is our MSU Rodeo Queen. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, Caitlin. Awesome. Thanks for being with us tonight as well. Next, we'll switch it over to another organization that covers lots and lots. Like I said, it's a huge impact in the state of Michigan as well. And he goes hand in hand with so many of our associations, as we have the pleasure to have Mrs. Taylor Fabus, the one, the only Taylor Fabus. And she's going to discuss Michigan 4-H with us. So without further ado, Taylor, take it away.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Good, thumbs up. It's so cool to hear all the different opportunities, and my head is just spinning. Like, I'm just so glad that my kids are involved in the Michigan equine industry, and I'm glad that I grew up in it and that I'm part of it now. So I only have a few minutes, so I will share about some of my upcoming events for Michigan 4-H horse program on a state level. And then following that, I will throw some links in the chat for all of you so you can refer back to those. But please know, and I'll put my email in there as well, please know if you have any questions or if I don't go over something thoroughly enough, just shoot me an email or a Facebook message or whatever. I'm happy to chat. So we do have a lot coming up this spring, and hopefully Dave's still on the call so he can get a little peek into. We are doing a virtual horse judging contest. It's nothing like face-to-face, but Michigan 4-H is still all virtual and not allowing face-to-face events at this time. I am hopeful that come summer that will change. I'm just as hopeful as the next person, so fingers crossed, everybody. But gosh darn it, I'm gonna keep y'all busy this spring with some virtual events. So the first thing that we have coming up, this event is already full, but I want to tell you about it anyways. We're doing a virtual equine science camp that involves a kit that has like a bunch of stuff in this kit. You get the kit in the mail, and then for 6 weeks, it's a course where we interact and learn all about equine science. It filled up very quickly, for which I received some social media banter about, but it's a great problem to have, and that just tells us that there is interest and we will do it again. So we have a lot of people on the wait list, and if that's something that interests you, then let me know and I can add you to that wait list for when we do offer camps in the future. We have registration. It will be going live actually tomorrow. Look for that on our Facebook page, which is Michigan 4-H Horse Program, a horse judging camp. It's an online course. We're going to meet for 2 weeks in February, and there's going to be kind of at-home assignments and then some face-to-face on virtual interaction and feedback that we're working with people from Oklahoma State University, University of Nebraska, and Purdue. So the 4 of us have teamed up to put that on for everyone. You don't necessarily have to be a 4-H member to be involved in that horse judging camp. What else do we have going on? Coming up in April, we have our horse judging contest that we will be doing on April 10th on a Saturday. Again, that will be virtually. And then the following day on Sunday, April 11th, we will have our hippology contest virtually. So we were able to run those contests, not as official state contests last year, but we were able to offer those. And myself and those same colleagues that are putting on the judging camp, we were able to do that for 10 different states across the nation, put on contests for them virtually. So we're getting pretty good at it. So this year we have enough advance notice that it is officially our state contest. So we will use that as the opportunity to qualify for nationals or what have you, now that we kind of know what we're doing. There'll be prizes mailed to everybody. There'll be a virtual awards banquet, all sorts of stuff. So those are coming in April. And then starting in late April is the plan. We don't have all the details fleshed out for this one, but I'm super excited about it. Some of my colleagues from Penn State University, they came up with this, and I am just graciously stealing their idea. But it's called a ride across the state. So where you're able to track your miles that you ride at home, at horse shows, wherever, on, whether you're not going to the 4-H fair or not, does not matter, right? And so you're going to track your miles. There's going to be a team tournament competition, as well as individual prizes. There's going to be state history as we all kind of work together to travel across the state over a 6-week period. We're going to learn about different places where we have made or advanced to. So it should be really cool. Like I said, my colleagues at Pennsylvania did it, and it was awesome. And they very nicely shared all of their information so that I can recreate that for 4-Hers in Michigan. And then one other thing that I wanted to mention was we have a communications contest that will be happening in May. We did that last year on a Facebook group, and it was awesome. So we actually had a lot more involvement in it virtually than we normally do in a face-to-face format. So people were able to submit videos, and I think with the use of technology, some youth were a little less intimidated. And it was really great to see the increased entries. So there are some silver linings to this crazy pandemic, and that is one of them for us. So that's what we have coming up in February, March, April, and May. And like I said, I will throw in the chat a few links that you guys are welcome to save and share, and shoot me an email if you have any questions about anything coming up. But I think that covers it, Sasha.
Awesome, Taylor. Thank you. I think I couldn't echo you more about, how humbling it is to hear all these associations and, how thankful I am to grow up in this and Taylor to grow up in this. And I think most of us have grown up in this association, or I should say this industry in one way or another, if it be from leadership to equine to rodeo to whatever it is, all evolved. So I think it's a very humbling experience tonight to, see people we've seen our whole life and then just be reminded that we did do right at some point of choosing this wild industry. So thank you, Taylor. Awesome. Well, next, Taylor, Tammy, if you want to do another drawing, and then we'll move into our next association.
Okay. So when Taylor was sharing about other states, and one of the blessings that we have from doing so many virtual events, we were contacted by the Vermont Horse Council, and they are hosting a photography session for 5 weeks. And then the Illinois Horse Council is going to do their horse fair, educational fair, through the month of March. So it might interest you all to hop on some of the other state horse councils, and we're trying to team up and do some things together. And then I also wanted to mention on our call tonight is Tom Guthrie from MSU. And I think he's our only college rep that we have here tonight besides Taylor Fabus with MSU too. So a couple good links there. And then our winner for the next package is Taylor Harkness. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, Taylor, and thanks for being with us tonight. You're welcome. Well, next we'll switch over to kind of it's another category of the equine industry, as we have Catherine Kendall with us tonight. Catherine's going to discuss the Pony Club, jumping, and eventing. So, Catherine, I'll let you kind of take it away with those topics.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you all for joining. So as Sasha mentioned, I will cover a little bit about Pony Club eventing and in Michigan. So in Michigan, for Pony Club, we are known as the Great Lakes region. And I will include this website link in the chat box after we're done here for a couple minutes. And so the website is greatlakes.ponyclub.org. And Pony Club has various groups around the state of Michigan that have, there are some in Northern Michigan, Central Michigan, Southeast Michigan, Southwest Michigan. You're able to find the groups on that website and connect with the various leaders to connect and learn more and get involved. So some of the activities that the Pony Clubs do, they have what they call quiz, which is very similar to kind of your hippology type thing for 4-H. It's in person. Last year, I think they did it virtual, but they have great education sessions. It's very much testing your knowledge. You work with a team, and then they do a big awards ceremony at the end of the event. So in other events they do dressage, rally, as well as show jumping rally. So primarily Pony Club is focused on English riding disciplines. They are beginning to expand into Western disciplines as well as Western dressage. So you can find more information again on that Great Lakes Pony Club website. And we cover, every group has members ranging from ages 9 to 25. And so you're able to connect with riders of your own age and learn something new about new disciplines. And as far as eventing in Michigan, they're the Eventing Association of Michigan. And I will also drop that website into the chat after we're done. And that group also has a very active Facebook page. And so that group focuses on eventing in Michigan, which is the 3-discipline sport, kind of the triathlon of equestrian sports, where you do a dressage pattern followed by show jumping, followed by cross country, which is jumping logs and such in a field. And so they have events all around the state, a lot in southeast and southern half of the state, and as well as working, they do send a team down to Kentucky to ride the Kentucky Horse Park at the end of the year as far as your points accumulations. So that's kind of just quick little highlights. about the English disciplines that we have here in Michigan.
Awesome, Catherine. I learned so much about that because I in this field I'm not that familiar about. So thank you for, like I said, definitely enlightening me on that side of it, because definitely a part of the industry I've not been well informed about. So thank you for being with us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, you're welcome.
So next we'll move into the cutting industry, and we got Dan Agnew, is it? I don't want to butcher your last name too much, but Dan, if you want to take it away, we'll let you kind of introduce us to the cutting industry.
Yeah, you guys can still hear me, I hope.
We can.
Okay. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. I'm gonna, rather than making you look at me, I'm gonna make you look at some slides. So is this visible to you guys? I want to make sure.
It is.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah, I'm Dan Agnew. I'm the 2020 president of the Great Lakes Cutting Horse Association. We spend the month of January kind of sitting the new officers and board, so we're still in the process of that, and everything is kind of slowed down, as you can expect with all the restrictions. So, so I was appointed to give this presentation. I think with me here, I also have Shelby Agnew, my daughter. She is also a director of our association, and she's our youth advisor. And then I think Mila Hochstein might be on the phone. She was having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if she made it or not, but she is actually our youth representative. Okay, great. Mila's there too. Wonderful. So we got a full house. And we are an affiliate of the National Cutting Horse Association. There's dozens of affiliates around the country. The NCHA is based out of Fort Worth, Texas. We are the only Michigan affiliate. Let me go to the next slide here. I want to talk about a little bit about NCHA and GLCHA. So the NCHA, their mission is to promote and celebrate the cutting horse, whose origin on the Western ranches allows us to support ranching and its Western heritage. That's really a big thing with the NCHA is to celebrate that Western heritage. The purpose of GLCHA is more on a Michigan level to encourage the development and the public interest in livestock through the promotion and sponsorship of public cutting horse contests, the exhibition of cutting horses in conjunction with cattle and livestock, and the presentation and participation of these cutting horse events and other general livestock exhibitions, shows and exhibitions. We approve and sanction many shows throughout the year here in Michigan. The membership in GLCHA entitles an exhibitor to accrue points and money towards your year-end award. We have all levels for exhibitors, including youth, and you'll find us hopefully to be very friendly and encouraging. And we hope you can make some of our shows as either an exhibitor or a spectator. And one thing I pulled from NCHA that I really wanted to highlight here was the membership profile. We have over 12,000 members nationally. In Michigan, there are about 120, 130 NCHA members. But the demographic, they spend a lot of time studying the demographics, and 72% of our membership nationally are basically families with kids. And to me, I was really floored with that. I think that's great. Our youth kind of goes up and down over the years, and right now it's really strong in the Midwest and the Great Lakes area. So really, we try and make this a family sport. So we really encourage the youth classes. The NCHA approved events, which are also GLCHA approved events. On the left here, these are what we have planned right now. These are still in the planning process, but these dates are pretty solid. But never jump in your car and go to these shows without confirming it before, because they are subject to change. There's lots of things that can go wrong with these shows, with our cattle deals and the weather. So we do have a pretty good slate of shows this year. These are all one day, except for a 3-day show that we're trying to plan at MSU. And as Taylor alluded to, MSU is kind of up for grabs right now. We're not sure how that's going to work out. We're hoping that it works, but we do have a backup in case we can't have a show at MSU. All these other venues are kind of smaller private deals, and we can handle the restrictions very sensibly at these shows. So don't be afraid to come. And then on the right-hand side are the planned events we have outside of Michigan, but still in our region that we consider our show area and areas that we all haul to. So pretty much once the weather breaks, pretty much every weekend of the month, you can go somewhere in the Midwest and go to a cutting show, which we think is great. But always go to either nchacutting.com or glchacutting.com or our Facebook page to confirm these, or call one of us to confirm before you go. We have 2 pages basically, a group page and then a GLCHA Facebook page, which is more of the business side of our organization and important announcements. And the group page is kind of a free for all where anything related to cutting around is on. So make sure you check those out. Now youth programs, this is probably really what people were more interested in. On the left-hand side are really GLCHA specific opportunities. We obviously have horse shows. We have youth specific classes. Beyond that, if you're an NCHA member and a GLCHA member, there's a lot of other classes that a youth can go in that they qualify for. Just depends on whether their status, their non-pro, amateur, how much lifetime earnings they have. And there's also a newly developed regional series program where you can accumulate points in Michigan and around the region to go towards a regional finals in the Great Lakes area. We have our own scholarships. These are standalone scholarships separate from NCHA. The best one is the Rick Dubé Memorial Youth Scholarship, and it's based on the youth champion and the youth reserve throughout the year. That's a $750 and a $250 respectively scholarship. We haven't put these together yet, but we are trying to put together some discounted youth clinics. The youth, Shelby and Mila, organize some fundraising activities. And then as Shelby and Mila can attest to, there are some career development opportunities with us. Mila is our youth representative to the GLCHA Board of Directors, but she is also our area director to the National Cutting Horse Association. So there are some ways you can develop your own career that way. From a national standpoint, on NCHA, it's very much the same, but they do have their own world championship, which are the national haulers, the youth that haul all over the country, and they have their own specific finals in Fort Worth in the summer. They have a program called LEAP, the Levels of Excellence Award, which is a way you kind of accumulate points through all your NCHA related activities, and those points go towards awards and scholarships and things like that. There's an educational grant program to put on clinics. There's a foundation. There's thousands of dollars in scholarships through the NCHA Foundation. There's an NYCHA, the National Youth Cutting Horse Association Hall of Fame. There's a stallion auction fundraiser that they run every year. And then as they as well have their own career development activities, you have your youth area, which our rep is Mila. And then there's also a regional youth director. And then there's also youth officers. There's a youth national organization. There's president, vice president, and the other officers. So there's some good career development there. And then I guess this is just kind of some highlights. The picture here in the center, this is Shelby in the middle, and then Mila on the horse here. So if you come to some shows, look for them. If you come to these shows, I mean, just make sure you introduce yourself. I know people tell me all the time, and I try and be very approachable, and I really am. Sometimes I get really busy and focused, but you just got to stop me in my tracks sometimes and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm here. Tell me what's going on. And the same thing with Shelby and Mile are a lot better than I am about it. But stop them and ask them questions, and then you get all kinds of help. And these other pictures around here are some of our youth from this past year. This down here in the lower left is actually our youth champion for the year, Joy Grassman, and up on top here is his sister Ryan Grassman. She was our reserve youth. And let me just wrap up here with some contacts. I'm going to leave this presentation. Tammy, if you tell me how to send this to you, I'll send a copy of it so you can have it for your reference. And we'll post it on our website and our Facebook pages so you can have it for reference if you want some contacts. But like I said, I'm Dan Agnew. I'm the president. I'm also the NCHA National Director for Michigan. Shelby is on here. Mila's contact info. Mike Simmons he's an NCHA employee that's in charge of NCHA youth. So if you really want to go right to the heart of the national organization for youth, he's the guy to talk to. And then if you're looking for some help, these two guys are key here. Tyler DeLang over Fort Gratiot, that's over near Port Huron. He's one of our Michigan trainers, got a great youth program. And then Ryan Pierce, he's down in the southern part of the state near Hillsdale. Very good clinician, good trainer. Both these guys, I'd recommend either one of them. Call them on the phone, tell them you want to learn about it. You're looking for a horse, you want to take a lesson, whatever. They'd be more than happy to help you out. So I think that's my last slide here. So let me know if anybody has any questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dan, for coming tonight, and Mila and Shelby for joining as well. It was a pleasure for you guys to all join as well. And yeah, if you would, Dan, send that over to Tammy. We'll get it posted to our website as well and get that information shared. But thank you for coming tonight and representing the cutting industry. Next, we're going to save ourselves for last. We didn't want to interject boast about our own selves, but we are joined tonight with Michigan Horse Council Chair Julie, and Julie will share kind of the developments, how the Horse Council is looking to continue all the wonderful things you all are doing, and kind of put a bow on it all, and then we'll end with some announcements.
Thank you, Sasha and Tammy. First and foremost, you guys, you know the little emoji where the mind is going, you guys just did that to me. So you can see, I'm like, what? Incredible. You guys, I can't thank you enough for coming tonight and sharing everything that is available to the youth. Like Sasha mentioned earlier, there were a pony club and all of the different disciplines. And so this has been really helpful, especially because one of my things that you'll hear me say repeatedly, if you ever heard me talk before, is that what I really want to be able to do for the Horse Council, for all of the youth that are involved in the equine industry, any way, shape, or form, is to connect them with all of the opportunities. And for kids that maybe don't have an opportunity, that we reach out to them and we're able to help them get connected. Along the lines of what we kind of are looking forward with youth programming as far as the Horse Council is concerned, we do have some virtual plans right now, subject to change for in-person. Like I think Taylor Fabus mentioned that we're still praying that this is all gonna, we're gonna be, that's it. We're gonna be here in person someday. But we do have a few things coming down the pike. If you're interested in being part of the youth committee, we have our next meeting next Thursday at 7. It's virtual. But then we also are intending to have monthly Zoom meetings for kids. And like the first one is really, I'm titling it Ambassadors in Boots and Tiaras. That has to do with rodeo queens. Jess Hebert will be there. And I know we've got several others that are going to share some information. And then we'll do a horse bowl in in March. So we've got them coming down the pike, and then we will be posting those on the Michigan Horse Council website. In addition to so many other things, just watch the website. And of course, like I said, if you're interested in being part of the committee, I think that with the knowledge that's, I would say, in this room, and the experience, we could certainly provide a lot to youth outside and of what we currently have, and drawing more kids into the industry to make it so that the equine industry just continues to grow stronger as the years go by, so to speak. So that's really all I have, because I know that we're right at 8 o'clock, and I cannot thank Sasha and Tammy enough. I am just, you can't see me, but I'm not worthy. You guys, thank you so much for organizing this all. If we were in a room, we'd go, yay, like that.
Awesome. Well, Julie, thank you so much. It does take a lot of, hard work to take all of obviously what we are as a horse council, and take every single person on this call and try to put a big bow on it so everyone knows the exposure of the horse industry as a whole. So we thank you for spearheading that on behalf of the council, and excited to see that really take some momentum. So I know we're running right behind time there, but that's great that everyone had so much to chat about, and we had so many people to chat with. But before we end it, we do have to owe a very large thank you to a special individual that was really the brains and the push behind the virtual equine coffee hour. Miss Gail Johnson has been in the horse industry for years and years and years. And like I said, now she's an independent distributor for Beamer. And like I said, I'm going to play a quick message, and I think Gail's still on here, and I'll have her say a few remarks if she's able to get her technology to cooperate. But I'll play this message shortly, and then we'll follow up with Gail directly.
Hello, I'm Gail Johnson, independent Beamer distributor and co-owner of Quarter Moon Farm LLC with my husband, Tim Bunce. I'm proud to sponsor the Michigan Horse Council Equine Coffee Hour. Plan to join us again next month for another informative and educational program. Visit my website to set up a Beamer demonstration and obtain more information about this amazing technology.
Awesome. So like I said, Gail was really inspiration drive behind this and has continued to not only, like I said, be very generous financially supporting this program, but also her knowledge. Gail, I don't know if you, like I said, you're able to unmute and if you want to say a few words this evening.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I hope I can. Happy 2021. Make it the best one yet. My goodness, I'm the kid that started riding dairy cattle. So my folks did not have a horse, and so I rode what I had. So listening to all these fabulous opportunities, scholarships, the talent, the mind trust that youth in Michigan have the opportunity to tap into is just amazing. Our Michigan youth are very, very fortunate. And I know that we're going to get more and more involved and get them into leadership positions, get them involved in being outdoors, enjoying their life and being independent and learning. And as a 40-year educator, you know, I'm all about learning. So thank you, Sasha, Tammy, Julie, everyone that was on tonight. I caught most of it. My technology is iffy. So thank you so much for all you do. And I'm excited for all the youth in Michigan, no matter what your discipline.
Awesome, Gail. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Like I said, just some last minute announcements before we conclude. Please come join us next month. Like I said, I don't have the topic right in front of me, but it's going to be another informative topic. I can tell you that. It'll be another, like I said, if anything, learning objective number 2, a good laugh. I think we walked away with a lot more than that tonight. So that was much better. So join us, like I said, next month. They're always the 3rd Monday of every month. So put them on your calendars. We'll advertise, we'll tell the topic. Additionally, this Wednesday, as we all know, it's the much awaited inauguration. Take politics out of it and take the equine and put it in it. It is very exciting that the Michigan multi-jurisdictional mounted police drill team and color guard will be featured in the parade across America. It is the virtual inaugural parade. They are the only equine group from the state of Michigan that will be featured in that video. And I'm pretty sure they might be the only group from Michigan being featured in that video, if I'm not mistaken. So it's huge honor. Even though they were not able to physically go, they were put in the production that will be displayed across the United States on Inauguration Day. So like I said, plan on, like I said, watching the inauguration, then the parade will follow live, virtually live after. But like I said, they are in there. They were proudly able to carry the Michigan Horse Council flag in that video. So we were all very well represented in that video. So just want to thank everyone that's put that together, because it's a huge honor to be recognized not only at the national level, but at a presidential inauguration. As Julie said, continue to watch the Michigan Horse Council website. We have a trails meeting coming up tomorrow night, actually. The information is posted on our news feed on our website. So if you know anyone that's in the trails world that wants to get on a forum there, that is starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That will be led by Bruce Dewar, our chair of trails. But like I said, lots of information coming out now. We are going to be releasing the names of our scholarship recipients, which they were notified individually today. We'll be notifying the public probably in the next couple of days, just to make sure they know they were a winner before we publicly applaud them. But besides that, like I said, thank you everyone tonight. Cannot thank it. Thank you, Tammy, for getting all these people corralled together. We could not do it out without everyone. So it genuinely is, it's very cool to see so many people here that we've touched base with over at one point or another in our lives, and see everyone in a common goal to move the equine industry forward. But like I said, thank you. We hope to see you next month. Let us know if you have any questions. And without further ado, we'll leave this up for a little bit if anyone wants to chat. Otherwise, have a wonderful night and stay safe and healthy, please.